Hi, my name's Ken Hodge. I'm a professor in sport and exercise psychology at the School of Physical Education, Sport and Exercise Sciences at the University of Otago in New Zealand. And I'm very honoured to be here as the 12th E.W. Barker Professor in the National Institute of Education. Well, the fascination for me is the psychology part, because it's how people think. And their thinking influences how they act. Most of the adults in the Western world don't get enough exercise to get the physical health benefits, even though they may be well aware that those health benefits exist. So that's an issue of motivation. So I'm interested in why people choose to be active and why they choose not to be active, and how we can modify or change that behaviour. Most of the adults in the Western world are not physically active enough, whether that's sport or non-competitive physical activity, to get the health benefits. So the significance of sport and exercise psychology is we can add value to helping people become more active, which helps them with their physical health, their mental health and their social health, as is defined by the World Health Organization. We teach athletes to perform better, to surgeons, to first responders, ambulance staff, fire people, police force, and the biggest employer of mental skills trainers on the planet is the United States military. They're teaching people how to perform under enormous stress and pressure. So there's a real role for the skills that you can learn and fine-tune in a sport environment, and then use them in any other performance area of life where there's pressure and expectation. Research allows us to figure out what flavours or types of motivation are more effective than others, and there's been some exciting research both in social psychology and sport and exercise psychology in the last 10 years, which has really helped us provide very targeted practical information for leaders, for coaches, personal trainers, exercise leaders, about what they can specifically teach that will help people in a practical sense develop their own motivation. And we wouldn't have that advice without good research to show that it's effective. There's actually quite a bit of research now internationally about how, as human beings, contact with nature really helps our psychological well-being and our mental health. We're doing some future-focused research, digging a bit deeper about physical activity in natural environments. We call them green exercise or blue exercise if you're on the water. There's a lot of psychological explanations about why being in nature helps us as human beings. We need more research to be able to maximise the benefits that nature can bring us from a mental health perspective. The National Institute of Education is quite similar to my department in that we're very research focused as an institution, but we're also very focused on producing undergrads who are ready for the workforce, physical education teachers in particular, but also people in the fitness and exercise industry or personal trainers. It's a huge honour. I feel very privileged. I'm really looking forward to developing some international collaborations going forward to try and advance some of that research we were talking about earlier.